Welcome back, spiritual angels. Oh my goodness. As I was going to record this, I got like a lot of weird interruptions, and I was also like engulfed with like some very, very serious like emotions that I didn't really know what to do with, but I'm gonna move forward. I finally got some channels that I'm about to share with these cards, but it was very, very heavy emotions, like very like letting go emotions, sad emotions, just kind of like a whole lot of just kind of grief, like almost like grief, like when you're grieving something that you've lost. And that's because these cards talk about all these beautiful things that are going to come in for you, but you need to believe them. You need to believe that you've put in all the work. You need to believe that you've done everything that you set out to do. And now you need to receive and allow yourself to receive all these beautiful, beautiful things that these cards talk about. I'm getting really emotional because it's really really interesting. I mean, I'm part of a very similar collective, and I remember when I was like at this point, I'm kind of, and I go back and forth. Um I'm not saying that I'm not way past this point by any means, but the ancestors continually reminded me that you've put in the work and stop looking for those external validations, because the only validation that you need is yourself. And even though um people, you're not hearing like, I'm not going to say like any kind of validation or confirmation or encouragement. People are not going to give you that. They're just not going to give it to you because they, for one, they don't understand what's really going on. For many of the people in this collective, just kind of like myself, I'm the only one in my immediate family that's kind of like going through this journey. So it's like they're seeing me change and they don't understand, and they don't, it's not that they're discouraging, but they're not necessarily encouraging either. But the ancestors are saying, we just don't need that. You don't need that. We don't need that, because there's beautiful things that are happening all around us. And I feel like if we continue to expect encouragement that we're never going to get, we're stifling these beautiful things that are meant for us. Now they're going to happen. They're going to happen, but the sooner you guys start believing in yourself and start believing that this is meant for you. You deserve this. This is for you. You did this. Um the sooner these blessings are going to come in, and the bigger these blessings are going to come in, the faster your manifestations are going to come in. You know, that's what that Ace of Swords in reverse means, because the Ace of Swords, you know, actually it's the Ace of Wands, but I keep thinking about the Ace of Swords. That's really, really interesting, because the Ace of Swords was in my last reading. So let me regroup and say the Ace of Wands, you know, is about planting seeds. And, you know, when it's in reverse, it's just like, okay, these seeds are not gonna, they're not gonna bear fruit. But what these cards talk about, they're not gonna bear fruit until you believe that that your seeds were the magic beans that you planted, and they're gonna bear fruit. They're already bearing fruit, because I know for myself that I've seen the fruit. And so, but the blessings are, like I indicated, are going to continue to come, but you have to believe that this is what you've been preparing for. And I feel like it's a fear that we can all have at many times, but you've overcome so much. You've alchemized so much. It's really time to be confident in your abilities. I mean, I guess for myself as well. I'm not, like I said, I'm not excluded from this, because, you know, just like when I first came on, when I saw the cards and I was just thinking about, like, you know, things that have happened in my own in my own personal life, and that are occurring right at this moment. I'm just like, I'm like, I want to be encouraging and stuff like that. But like, I also felt like a huge sense of grief myself. And then I meditated for a little bit, did a little bit of crying, and I came back and I was like, no, we need to be confident. We need to be strong and claim our purpose, claim our strength, and say, this is ours. This is what we've worked for, and we've worked very, very hard to overcome what we've overcome, to put in these practices and deal with all the shadows, and through the many tower moments, using our discernment, moving in silence. These cards talk about how beautiful the culmination of all of this is. But we have to allow it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm allowing it. I'm surrendering to whatever it was that was holding me in this collective back. And hopefully you guys will join my energy so that we can kind of make these beautiful blessings that are going to come in just manifest, because we deserve this. Many blessings to all.